here's where we stand. So far we've only done 8 raids. We started off with 4 in a row. Then we started venturing out away from into a couple different maps. Got killed. And then had a successful run right before taking a break. So we got about 60,000 rubles. And we're going to go back in with the SKS. We're going to take used heal, because I don't care if I lose it. And we can go back to customs if we want to try to kill these scavs. Or if we want to survive and try to get some more guns, because I'm a little short on guns. And we can buy some guns. I'd really like to have this guy, but that's a trade for a roller. But we can buy the base PP19 here for 4. We can trade for 4 T-plugs, which is pretty fair. Mosins are expensive. We want to stay on a budget right now. And this is my go-to when it comes to budget. We can also go to woods. I don't have a sight for the weapon, which is what I'd prefer for woods. Some good loot in woods. We had a horrible spawn at customs last time. We're going to go interchange. I'm going to try to get some loot. And I'd like to get some additional guns. And I know I can stay away from players. If I had the OP SKS, I could throw a sight on it and I'd feel more comfortable going to woods. But this weapon is not fun aiming wise, and when you need distance and precision, this really isn't it. I'd actually be better off with the Mosin if we're going to go to woods, and that might be what we do next. We might take a Mosin into woods, but Mosins aren't cheap anymore. You're talking 47,000 just for the gun, and then having to buy some ammo. Whereas the PS ammo that's in here is pretty cheap, and it'll handle most scavs just fine. It'll handle players if I hit them in the face. And I miss the one interchange raid. We died to a scav because I was using iron sights and trying to do a headshot instead of just pounding him in the chest. But overall, we've had a successful start to this hardcore series. As a reminder, I'm not playing with strict Deadly Slob rules like I did last time. I'm kind of just using some simple key rules. No Flea Market. Secure containers, keys and key cards only. Everything else has to be extracted from the raid. And I can leverage the vendors. And I can only sell equipment to vendors. And then, you know, we'll cross any bridges if we get to something like we get to a point where, okay, well, we need something, and the only way to get it is not through a vendor. Then that, yeah, we'll make decisions as we get to those, if we get to those. But it's also really good practice for if you're new to Tarkov, or if you want to prepare for the next wipe. And that's really why I'm doing it, is I want to see with the current systems and how things are set up, how quickly can we progress. And with a stacked deck, right? Because I'm going against players that are far more equipped. I mean, I can't even, you know, I couldn't even sprint to this blue fence before running out of stamina. And if there's some players that have a scope, so there's a spawn back there. Spawns back there. Back there. But the most dangerous spawn is this one right here. They spawn with. Now I think they adjusted it so you don't spawn together. But got the worst spawn, I'm telling you. I'm gonna go back here. Right, inside the mall shots. It's a quest to mark this van. But there's also usually some loot nearby it. Don't see any loot there, so I'm really just looking for food and water, and usually there's something there, but alright, so the fact that we heard some shots inside are good. Alright, don't really see any movement down that way. Let's cut across here. So usually players coming from that way will kind of run into each other around here. Alright, well there shouldn't be anybody coming from the right, because they should already be inside by now, since we took our time. I don't see any bodies. There's likely... I've noticed that these scavs here don't spawn immediately anymore. There used to always be at least one. But given enough time, one or two tend to appear. But it seems pretty dead at the moment. Don't know if I did any damage to him, though. Somebody in the distance there. I think that's a scav. Can the scav come to my rescue is the question. Had to reload, and I wasn't really doing any damage to him. No, I did kill that scav, though, that I shot. Well, the one fatal hit was the scav. Maybe I hit the scav twice, which means I hit him 7 times. And see, most of it was absorbed by armor. $855A1. He was using an M4. Silenced M4. I didn't have a chance. I was afraid that he was following me, which is why I didn't go straight out. Like when I ran outside, I went to the right because I figured he was following me, and it could have been a duo too, so there could have been 2 of them. Alright, well, we didn't lose. The only advantage to being on a budget is we didn't lose much, right? So, do we go back in with a... Do we go in with a pistol? Pistol wouldn't have helped there either. Mosin wouldn't have helped either. PP19 would do well. This is 48,000. That's a fair trade, but $32,000, so it's not much more than the SKS, and it has better sights and modability. I only got 60,000 though. And I do not have a mag for it, so I could buy only 800 rubles for another mag. I don't have access to BP ammo. Yeah, let's buy these. Yeah, because I only have, I think, 15 rounds, so we also need some ammo. Okay. All right. It's only a 10-round mag. Oh, but I don't... I need a rig. Running out of money real quick. Hopefully I don't need more than... Oh, this is almost pointless, but that's fine. We'll take in some water, we'll hydrate. No. Let's not. Oh, Purpore sent me a gift because I'm low level. Another VPO. I could swap the mag and put it there, but that's fine. And then in case I get a heavy bleed. And this won't help if there's a light bleed. So I probably should. There. I can always ditch them. Alright, well, you think we'd have better luck in woods? Probably should take a bag if I'm going to woods, though. Something, let's see, the sling's 2,000. MBSS is what I usually use early, like low levels. But I don't have the money. Alright, we're gonna go into woods. And let's see how we do with woods. Since the woods revamp, you know, everybody seems to be more spread out. It's not all about the sawmill anymore, although there's still a ton of activity around the sawmill. But there's reasons, you know, to stay on the outskirts and loot to be had on the outskirts. So there's just other areas where skirmishes happen. But I know I can get some pretty good loot, especially some meds. If we're lucky, we might be able to scavenge off some bodies at the sawmill too. Okay. Alright, so there's our border. Minefield there. Alright. Alright, so there's Scav House. There's likely gonna be a Scav nearby. patrol. There he is. He's walking that way. Instead of coming up this way. And we've got another player nearby. Okay. Because I think that Scav was just killed by another player. So safe bet would be to loop around this way. Safer bet anyway. We're back by the landmines, which is fine. Main point is just being able to see. And I'm getting too close. Sure I'm not being followed for one. Anything useful? Does already get looted? Yeah. Don't have the key for it. Helmet. Nice helmet. Love to be able to get out with this helmet, but that's not going to happen. Right now there's there's normally a scav around here. Alright. Alright, so alright, there's some loot up here. Weapon. Hey. That's a nice weapon to find. See, this is where not having a scope really stinks. Being able to see into the trees. I want to head towards the sawmill. Alright, so usually, again, there's also usually a scav or two around here. Not seeing anybody. Nothing there. BT. White bomb and a spark plug. Okay. Some decent basic loot. Let's see what my smaller than the one I have. Take the MPX drum. Nope, nothing there. So we're coming up on the sawmill. And I don't have a scope. Which I don't really like. Not having a scope. And there's no way I can tank any shots from... I think we should just focus on getting out at this point. So... I'm going to bring up the woods map. .3D map is what I like. So our extracts. I know the bridge extraction is the furthest away. But I want to see which one is technically closer to where we're at. Alright, so we're at the sawmill by the river. RUAF is the closest one. Okay. That's what I thought. Alright. But it's the dangerous path of going down by the water. Which could be easier or could be harder. That. Anything else here? No. This helps, gives us a little more time. Because when we get to the other side, there is the little kind of mini village town area. And assuming there's no snipers watching this, I'm about to find out. Let's see if I get sniped. So far, so good. Okay. Alright, I see somebody moving in the distance there. Looks like somebody going from right to left. Which is good for me, but this is awfully quiet. I didn't hear any fighting going on at the sawmill, so therefore we're going to assume there's no bodies at the sawmill. Alright, one extract. We get 2 extracts close by, but if we want loot, we need to investigate over here. Or do we want to just get out? I mean, we are looted up pretty good. I think we get out. I think it's a safe bet. too many times I've been jacked by a Scav AI. See, this gives us the low ground and they have to hit a moving target. If they snipe you running full bore, they earned it. Alright, so this is one of our extracts up over here. These containers are almost always hit because someone spawns over here. But looks like they haven't been touched. Let's take a peek then. Wow, it's a bigger bag. Okay, give me that. Oh, really? That's a better weapon. I'll hold up here. That in there, give me that. That, give me that. Right. And we're out. So we got out with 3 weapons, the one we went in with, and 2 additional weapons. Got some experience from the searching, and we've got a fair amount of loot. A good amount which is sellable. Like the camera lenses, I don't need those right now, so selling those would be just fine. And getting what I can for them. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so we got a top-notch helmet. We've got another AKM. This can do full auto compared to the single shot that these guys are. We got a nice grip. It's above average grip, but I'm not going to use that. We're going to sell that. We're going to sell that. We're going to sell the lens. And we're going to sell the GPX right now. And we might end up selling that, but we'll keep it for right now. Alright, we're going to reuse the sling. Spark plugs. There is a quest early on for spark plugs. They're expensive to craft in the hideout. So, because they take like screws and bolts to craft, it's just expensive. Light bulbs. We'll see what they go for. MPX drum. I'd love to have an MPX, but don't have it currently. We are going to use the BT ammo. Alright, that's all the same. Let's see what these things sell for. Yeah, see, the broken G phone is 20,000, so that's worth selling. That's worth selling. And yeah, we'll sell the light bulb. Okay. All right, so we're back to having some money. We need some hydration though. And we need some food. So I think it's time to go back into interchange.